It's one-day Boston, and you're looking at the Boston Marathon finish line, where thousands of runners and wheelchair participants will experience the thrill of finishing the marathon, two of which are former Bruin Bobby Carpenter, who will be pushing former Boston Pride star Denna Laing in her wheelchair. Casey McDonald has a closer look.
Yeah, I mean, I never would have imagined myself being in a marathon.
It was only 16 months ago when Denna Laing's life changed forever. Laing suffered a severe spinal cord injury while playing hockey for the Boston Pride in the Winter Classic. The injury left her paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh, obviously that's a tragedy. That's every hockey player's nightmare. The hockey world is a small world, and it affects everybody when something like that happens, and everybody has to reach out and pitch in and help. And the way she's handled it has been unbelievable. And well, after I had finished the marathon last year, I was just so impressed with all these different people doing different things in the marathon. And you just thought it was about running. And then, so in the summertime, I said to myself, if I was ever to do it again, I'd do something like that to push somebody. And right away, Denna crossed my mind. I picked up the phone and I asked her if she'd be interested in doing something like that, and they said yes, and here we are.
To be honest, at first I was a little hesitant. I didn't know how I was going to feel sitting in the chair and not being as active as I might want to be. But then Bobby said that we could run for Journey Forward. And at that point, it was a no-brainer for me.
Journey Forward is a Canton center for people suffering from spinal cord injuries, a place Denna trains nearly 14 hours a week. Training for a marathon itself is a challenge, but training to push someone 26.2 miles through Boston, that's a different thing altogether.
I think it's very similar to, getting ready for a big game. You practice all the little skills and everything that goes into a game, but you're not necessarily playing the game.
Started off with a baby carriage, and I would just add some sandbags to it and push it around a little bit a couple times a week, and then we actually got the real chair. Basically did the same thing.
And I've been doing a lot of recovery work on myself, so if that's like balance in the gym or strength work. Since I've got hurt, I've needed a lot of help. And that's been really tough for me because I'm usually a pretty independent person. I know that I have always loved watching the Boston Marathon. I get so fired up listening to people's stories, listening to what people go through to get to that finish line. I just can't wait to find out what that feeling is going to be for me.
I love the story, and those of us who grew up around here will understand the significance. They are using a chair that Rick and Dick Hoyt used at one point, famous for running the Boston Marathon together. I didn't even know Bobby Carpenter had been a marathon. This will be the second time that he's done it, and good for him.
Yeah, and certainly his circle of friends and that live in the area that are very familiar with Bobby, and certainly the Bruins alumni, 100% behind him, obviously financially as well. But, it's amazing. The two of them, and I don't know Denna very well, but the two of them, the drive, the attitude, the sense of accomplishment, I mean, it just pours out of the two of them. And I've known Bobby a long time, Dale. We played hockey together when he was 16 and I was 18 through the summers and sports festivals and World Juniors. We played on the Bruins together, and he's unbelievable. I mean, for him to just say, you know what, I'm going to pick myself up and run the marathon, and then when he does it, he wants to go back and do it again, and with more purpose.
Mental strength just to run a marathon, let alone the two of them put it together. They're going to have to be a team. They are, and that's great. That's part of being a hockey player, is being part of a team. And I know it's a small team right there, but I'm sure that gives them both a real lot of gratification.
They are raising funds for Journey Forward. You can get more information by going to journey-forward.org.